Hi, everybody. I'm Gene Simmons, and you're not. And you are listening to the #1 KISS podcast, Shout It Out Loudcast, with Tom and Zeus. But you knew that. Now get out of here.
Oh, boy. Here we go. This is Gene Simmons. Put that cookie down. Stop pressing the button. Stockbroker Simmons. Star? Stanley. Is that what he does? Stop shouting. He's not what you would call a handsome man. Oh, no. Here come the kiss time. Is that a positive thing? Okay. All right. I'm going to grab me an ice cold mellow yellow. Why? Why do that to the fan? Stop it. Why? Because fuck them. That's all. What are you talking about? 617-525, Joey. You do? Hey, fucko. Do you like Kiss? Settle down.
Yellow. Hey, what's up there, KISS Army? Tom and Zeus, another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast, episode 355. KISS Kruise, landlocked in Vegas, recap.
Yeah, and I brought back the Vegas virus with me. I'm on day 3 of feeling like shit, but that's okay. Thank God it didn't happen during the event. So I'm good.
Yeah, I kind of lost my voice on Saturday, battling that now, starting to feel a little run down, but we're here for you, the listener.
That's right, baby. Yep, a lot to talk about.
Yeah, so we're going to try to get through feedback and then bring you all the recap of the Vegas trip, and hopefully you guys will get to feel like you were really there with us, and more importantly, a lot of you were there with us.
Yes, thank God. Yeah, hopefully you guys can smell the Mongolian beef through the recording.
Oh, God. You know, we're going to try to make it here, but it's kind of easy listening, kind of relax. We're recording at 12 o'clock. Tom didn't make it into work. Hope his boss is not listening.
He's not listening.
I had a hearing this morning. I'm done that I can do this now. And what is Ace doing right now?
I'm laying here in bed waiting for a phone call.
All right, brother. We'll get back to you. Anyway, Tom, we while we were away, we actually recorded a bunch of shit, got it out. Our Dorm Damage episode today dropped, which was describing what we do for the week.
Yep.
So it's all coming together. Anyway, last week we did our annual mailbag episode. I know we got a ton of feedback. We're going to keep it short because there's a lot to get to today.
Yeah, we're going to blow through feedback here to get to the real topic at hand. Yeah, so we did a poll. One of the questions we were talking about with the regards to our mailbag episode, what should the future of Shout It Out Loudcast be? And the options were continue being the #1 KISS podcast, retire as the #1 KISS podcast, change the format to part KISS, change the format to non-KISS. Well, 73% said continue as the #1 KISS podcast. 20% said change the format to part KISS. 7% says retire as the #1 KISS podcast. In 0, for the first time ever in the history of Shout It Out Loudcast Twitter polls, 0 said change the format to non-KISS. Okay, then. Our buddy Steve says, continue as KISS. Guys, you're the highlight of the week for so many people. Don't change what has made you the #1 podcast. You fucking rock. Lone Star Wolf, TNZ, you got to keep this going. All my neighbors have grown accustomed to seeing a mid-50s guy out on solo walks through the neighborhood bursting into random laughter. Thanks to your show, please don't let us down. You guys rule. And then Matthew Bedeau, I always think I mess up his name. Matthew, to put that cookie down. He says, you must not leave us. And he gives a little gif of Babu from Seinfeld waving the finger back and forth. Well, we will try not to leave anybody here. Yeah, tons and tons of stuff here with the mailbag here. But you know what, Zeus? Like I said, we want to fly through feedback here to get going and hear whatever we give people what they want to hear. So let's throw it back to you and get through the Book of Face quickly.
All right. So on our Book of Face episode, Bobby Kenner adds, always love these mailbag episodes, boys, and this one did not disappoint. Appreciate you reading my question, enjoyed your answers. I thought it was way cool how you both agreed. Shout Out Loudcast does not move on without T and Z. Could not agree more. And Tom, I do hope you guys get Rob Zombie on. Stay tuned. Been a fan of his since 92. Looking forward to the next one. I have a feeling when you guys break down Vegas, it will have record listens. I'm not sure what that means. While I wish I could have made it to Vegas, I know your review will be excellent. Well, tell us after the show ends. Charles, don't call me Mark Eaton. Listening to the mailbag episodes, but all the while knowing that KISS Landlock in Vegas event is going on, and there's going to be more to unpack to take us all the way into December. Everything I've seen about it looks great. Looking forward to all the stories beginning next week. Thank you, Mark. Chris Hall says, excellent episode, boys. If we loudcasters keep up the thoughtful questions, we're going to lose our collective tard status. Scott Greer says, heck yeah. LP Sterlino says, have fun and be safe. Can't wait to episode of next week's shit-scapades.
I like that one.
All right. Over on Loudcasters, the Greek Thunder from Down Under, Thanos Akratides, who's probably taking off his shoes at this very moment, Tom.
He'd probably never put them back on.
Oh, God. I'm going to teach Tom the word horiati later, Thanos. You'll know what I mean by that. Anyway, put your shoes back on in public.
That just automatically makes me laugh.
Great episode. Who brought the horiati with us? Thanos. Great episode, boys. Awesome questions and some great answers also. Writing this after a massive weekend with both you guys and all the other lovely Loudcasts. Just want to say thank you for great banter, great interactions, laughs, and simply enjoying each other's company under the banner of our favorite band, KISS. I wonder if Kevon is still bouncing around the walls of Virgin Hotel. No, he's probably humping people's legs. Kevon Jepson he's talking about.
He's finishing another friggin' bottle of Fireball. Giggity, 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 giggity. Exactly.
We'll get to Thanos a little bit later in the show. He was with us the whole time, so we love him. So Gordon Duncan, the great thing about Shout Out Loudcast community is that we love the mailbag episode. I kept thinking, yeah, I want to know that too. It also reminded me of all the questions I have. Thank you for including the Loudcasters in the show. Now tell us about Vegas. Well, it's coming.
Yep.
Frank Anzone. We only saw Frank for a little bit.
We saw him for a minute.
Yeah,
exactly.
We wish we ran into him a little more. Frank, listening to the episode on the back, here's another one. The plane back from Vegas. Unfortunately, I didn't get my question in before last week, but Tom sort of addressed what I was going to ask you guys when saying missing the tour was a big regret for him. I always wondered why you guys didn't go to the Revenge show in Worcester, being that the Centrum is so close to Stonehill. No, it's not. What are you talking about? The Centrum is close to me, where I live now, but Stonehill is 40 minutes the other way. What are you talking about? That was actually the closest show for us. So we ended up to it from the Western Connecticut State University. Not to rub it in, but you missed a good one. That was actually my favorite time to be a KISS fan. Not the most of a successful era, but it was hardcore fans left standing at the time. Thanks. A lot of nice audio and video boots from that tour. Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks for letting us know. I loved KISS still, but I wasn't going to see the Revenge tour at that time. Daniel Holler, Houston. Great episode, guys. My inflammatory question didn't make it. Probably just as well. Yeah, no shit. The fuck, dude.
Nice attempt, though, brother.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed Vegas. Seriously, I hope you guys keep this podcast going and don't retire. I saw a college friend unexpectedly at a show last week. Alternative type of band. He said, wow, didn't expect to see you here. All you listened to in college was hardcore and KISS. Only the people who listen to Shout Out Loudcast can relate to that experience. Thanks for fighting the good fight, boys. Well,
nice.
Thank you, Daniel. John Whiteman. I missed the deadline for submitting a question, but I enjoyed the episode immensely nonetheless, especially the question that could only have been asked stoned about which KISS member would be the hottest woman. Of course, Vinny is the only correct answer. But imagining Mark St. John as a woman is going to be my new think about baseball when I have a boner that won't go down.
Nice.
John, that was about as tame as possible for you.
True.
Tom, over on YouTube. Joseph Kiss Sr. Great episode, some really good questions. And as for the record, I had Jersey Mike's at the Vegas airport before my flight home.
Ooh. We saw a Quiznos.
Dude, I ate that Quiznos sandwich when I got home.
Was that when you pulled your turkey sub out of the backseat pocket on the Delta flight?
Oh, well, next to the guy.
Oh, sir, can I get you any snacks? No, I'm good. I got a turkey sub that I just pulled out of my pocket.
No, sir. Yes. Could you please heat up this tuna melt in the microwave? Fucking disgusting.
Ugh.
Marty White, hope Las Vegas was a blast and no one drowned. You guys mentioned posters last week, and I thought I'd tell you I own the rarest Kiss-related poster. It came as a limited edition in the CD version of Peter's One for All. It was a poster of Peter in clown makeup, ostensibly performing Send in the Clowns.
Oh.
The poster had one previous owner, but by contract, I'm not allowed to reveal who it is. But I will say in the bottom right corner, there's a stain what appears to be sauce from a meatball sub.
Oh, yeah, and as far as people drowning, the hotel was smart. The pool area was shut down the entire weekend.
Yeah.
So they didn't want any fat Kiss fans getting drunk and falling into the pool.
Heavy Metal Farmer, 100% sound bites. I laughed my ass off when they drop out of the blue and at the perfect moment.
The problem is I can't remember the things I did when I was loaded.
We all have that problem there.
Ace.
Chris Flood, I like the comment about Gene not talking because once he started talking, it was the same 5 things 5,000 times. Gymnasium.
Yeah. Good point. Yep.
Trainer Dave is numero uno. Paul Stanley is so damn unlikable these days. Thanks for the great episode. All right, Tom, back to you, brother.
Okay, a couple things here. We got one from our buddy Nick on Instagram. Now, I was going to give him a shout out, but he did it for us. He says, in honor of the Ace Frehley Dunkin' Donuts commercial, I met Tom in line at the Dunkin' Donuts here at the Virgin Hotel in Vegas. Tom didn't let me down. The line in front of me was squirrely, and all of a sudden I hear a Boston accent from a guy behind me, and I say, is that Tom from the podcast? So awesome to meet him. And Zeus was standing in a hallway. I got to meet him and get a live Ace voice drop. Freaking epic. These guys have given me laughs through the years and good times and bad. Be well, sir. Well, be well, Nick, because that was a pleasure to meet you. We have plenty of other stories like that over the weekend, too, so that was great. And, Nick, thanks for the coffee, too, my friend. Appreciate that.
When a lot of my friends are Jewish, I lived with a Jewish girl for 10 years, that crazy broad Rachel.
Crazy broad Rachel? Crazy broad Rachel. All right, couple emails here. Tennessee Duke. What's up, bros? Can't wait to hear about your Vegas trip. I hope you all had a blast. This dude on a YouTube channel, we're posting videos of most of the events. A few things that jumped out at me. Paul's cooking class was brutal. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Jericho is my dude. Love that guy. Yep, we're going to get into that. Paul's tribute to Ace. Yep, we're going to get into that. He says, anyways, I could hit on a lot more, but I'm sure you'll cover everything. Looking forward to it. Thanks also for the episodes following Ace's passing. Having shows like yours, Eddie's, and Ahmet's really helped to get through it. I was born in 1974 and have a brother who is 6 years older. So Ace has always been there as long as I can remember. He was the coolest ever. Thanks again for everything you guys do. You are the best. Keep rocking. Well, thank you. A good buddy, Adam Nierenberg, chimes in here, says, good morning, guys. Hope you're enjoying Vegas. As KISS continues to make it difficult to remain a fan, the Dress to Kill box set takes away a lot of the sting of Ace's passing and has renewed my love of the early era. That being said, if the time came that you could no longer do a KISS podcast, I think without fanfare or announcements, you should do politics. Ooh. Then you could get guests like Dick Morris, Laura Ingraham, and other talking heads, and then you could have Tracy Guns. I, like others, hope it doesn't come to that. We listen for the chemistry and the rapport. So no matter what you do, the bottom line is that you've transcended KISS as a topic, and most of us listen to you. Take care, and happy Thanksgiving to you and all the Loudcasts as well. Adam, thank you, man. You're the best. Appreciate that very much. And we'll finish off emails here with our buddy Mike Grimy Grimes, the co-owner of The Basement in Nashville, Tennessee. First off, hope you guys are having the time of your lives on the KISS Land Cruiser or whatever the fuck it is. I like that. Also, it's wild to hear the difference in Paul's voice going from the Cobo Hall show to the Davenport show. In my opinion, the Davenport show has Paul with considerably less power and a lot of restraint, already finding ways to deal with the inability to be the full-strength star child every night. It's an awesome show, mind you. With that rigorous schedule, I don't see how they did it, honestly. Love and Light fuck some shit up in Vegas. Ooh, well, we did, Grimy, and we're going to be telling you about that shortly. So, Zeus, let's throw it back to you to finish up feedback, my friend.
Somebody spat in my face.
Yeah, but it almost happened.
All right, back on Loudcasters, Brian Robinson adds, we still have a York Steakhouse in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, my God,
he lived
what?
to tell about it, and he has a photo of him and his buddies in York Steakhouse.
Why?
Family-priced dining.
Oh, God, Brian.
Oh, anyways, for listening and fucking sharing that funny fucking story here. Brian, you, my friend, are the comment of the week.
Good answer. Good answer. I thought, what do you think? We're going to be watching you.
Oh, God, York Steakhouse, my word.
Oh, that's just a step up from the place Izzy took us.
Oh, God. Well, at least that place is a sit-down restaurant. You could chain smoke and gamble while you're eating mozzarella sticks.
And eating cheese curds.
Cheese curd. Yep.
Tom, time to thank our Patreon family. New member, Spaceman, Rubai. I think that's his nickname. I think his first name is John. So, John, thank you for joining the Patreon family. And we didn't get to thank him last week because we recorded earlier to do the mailbag episode. But John joins our Patreon family as a spaceman, and we know you're going to love it here. The fucking family rocks. You guys are awesome. The mailbag episode, which was by you, the Patreons, for everyone else, really was another successful mailbag episode. And you also get things like the ARC pick, which is coming up for next month. You get involvement in the show. You get polls. You get our video chat, which will be in December. So everybody in Patreon is invited to that. So if you want to jump in on that, get in now while you can. And there's just so much time. And don't forget the merch that you get when you jump on board. Patreon are so vital to the success of this show. Big help to us. How do you help? How do you join? First, you go to shoutoutloudcast.com, our website.
Go to him.
And you see the Patreon icon there. Just click on that. You'll see 4 different tiers. Pick the one that fits your financial needs, and it helps the show. I mean, that's what it's really there for, to help us, and we give you some perks back for being such awesome Loudcasters. So if you want to help the show, you want to be part of the Patreon family, and you want to get involved, go and join Patreon right from our website, shoutoutloudcast.com, or you can also go to Patreon, the app, or patreon.com. Find us under Creators, Shout It Out Loudcast, and sign up. So thank you to Rubai, John, and all the rest of our Patreon family.
Yeah, I want to give a special shout out to John, not just for becoming a Spaceman member of Patreon, but for being able to meet him in Vegas when I took a break with some of the guys and we headed over to that little fast food type of place you could get pizza and ice cream. We were in line and John was in front of me, turned around, introduced himself, shook his hand. So that was very cool. Always love to meet Loudcasters. We did that a ton in Vegas. So that was great. And John, thank you for joining the family. As Zeus said, the family keeps growing week by week by week. And it's amazing what we have to offer and what you give to us in return. So please, guys, check it out. Be cool like John and join Patreon.
Tom, we're going to go to the news. So with the news, we're going to probably mention a few of the things that we heard that came from the cruise that made it into the news section. And, you know, maybe we'll discuss it a little bit further later, but we wanted to get it out now and discuss it. So go ahead.
So a couple things. Again, this is kind of going to, kind of cross over into the recap, but a couple things from some of the Q&As and some of the things was that there is talk about another cruise They didn't specify if it would be on a ship or if it would be another one of these. So I think based on this feedback and this performance and this crowd engagement, I'm pretty sure we're going to see more of this. Paul also made some kind of comments. I don't know if it was tongue in cheek or whatever, but he did admit that he has been working on music. And he has admitted that he said he doesn't really write music unless there's a project forthcoming. And he said he is writing music, which implies that there's a project forthcoming. We don't know what that is. If it's a KISS album, if it's, something for a soundtrack to the documentary, the film director, Mick G, or however you pronounce his name, said that documentary moving is coming. Pop House said that there's a lot more coming. Gene said the same thing. There's so much we can't even really tell you. Ba, ba, ba. Paul admitted that the avatars that we saw at Madison Square Garden on the final show were not what we're going to see in real life. So, again, is it breaking news per se? No. I think the only thing that I found kind of surprising to me was that Paul said he's working on new music. That kind of caught me by surprise. So I don't know if he means that legitimately or if he was just trying to get the crowd excited, Zeus. I'm not sure.
Yeah. The other part is Gene made a comment about, he wish that he was either better or something like that to Ace and Peter or help them out more. Paul,
I didn't like that.
Paul talked about a little bit about Ace. You guys all saw this stuff. It's nothing that is earth shattering, but everybody takes everything, the event like this seriously and puts everything in blabbermouth and Ultimate Classic Rock, who couldn't stop posting everything about the
was
event.
there. Yeah, he was there. That guy, Matt Wilkening, he was there in Vegas. So
everything was kind of like brought up. There was Q&As. Doc mentioned the 3 projects which are coming up. They did show a minute of the End of the Road documentary.
That's right.
And they were like fucking anal about everyone get their cameras down.
Oh yeah, they were like Nazis with that. There were people trying to pull their phones on. They were like, no.
So that was part of it. They talked about that. They talked about the biopic, and the last being the avatars, of course. And he gave a little bit more details about that part.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep.
So anyway, let's do our quick little break.
Stop. Don't talk anymore. Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
I think our mics are working, Ace. We're good. So, all right, Vegas. So, in order to do this correctly, we always got to go chronological.
Yep.
And we tell you what we think you guys want to hear and maybe some stuff you don't want to hear. So, if you heard the beginning of the episode, there was a little gas incident a couple times during this trip.
Of course.
We don't know who that culprit was. So I hope you enjoyed that. Anyways, Tom and I, we left on Thursday. Our flight was like 7-ish.
Yep.
So I got picked up by the mayor of New York. It looked like he was driving the Uber. He was at my place at 5:30, got to Logan, literally walked in, and Tom had just got here there himself.
Yep. Yeah, Rick James drove my Logan Express bus for me, my shuttle bus to get me to the airport.
You got to say it correctly. Rick James from the dead, from the grave, came back.
Yeah, so we got to pleasantly surprised that Logan was not too chaotic. I don't know if it's because it was a Thursday early morning or whatever, but Logan was not too bad. One thing we did discover, and Zeus and I discussed this, that if we go to another one of these events, if there is another one of these events, it is now time to pay up for next level seating or something, because these fucking planes suck. We flew Delta, good airline. Okay, they had the little, headrest TV screen movies, and I watched some movies. But Zeus and I are big guys. There's just you can't move. Trying to take something out of your backpack. It's like
so each of us lost something on the plane trips. Tom could not find his fucking hat. Where the fuck's my hat? When we went to the bathroom, I think I fucking booted it somewhere under someone's seat.
Oh.
And on the way back, I couldn't find my glasses.
It's just there's no room to move in it. You can't
find them. You can't search. You can't It's such close quarters. It just,
in those airplane bathrooms. I'm sorry. I am sorry right now that my kitchen pantry, it has more room. I feel bad if somebody had to take a dump in this thing because I don't know. There's no way. There's no way you could do it.
There's nothing worse than waiting and like, wow, that guy's been in there. I hope it's a female because they'll take longer because they have to squat. But if it's a fucking guy, he's taking a shit. And I got to go in there. And I've already sat out, to go fucking wait in this line. And the amount of hot ass stench, shit scent in a fucking tight quarters like that.
That's awful.
I think Paul can say it best.
While I was in there, the bathroom started to smell horrible.
Exactly, Paul. Those bathrooms are just not meant for human consumption.
I mean, regular seating on an airplane is, it's horrendous. I can't stress enough how awful it is. But anyways.
And by the way, Tom and I must have eaten 2 pounds of sun chips on these planes.
Yeah, you know why? Those bags are smaller than the kind you would buy to like put in your kid's lunchbox. I don't know what these are smaller than like a snack bag. It's like you put your hands in, you grab like a handful. That's the bag. That's the bag.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus.
The plane ride was smooth and easy.
It was.
We get there. We get off the airplane. Our buddy Izzy picked us up.
Yep.
Got our bags rather quickly, which was surprising.
Yep.
Met up with Izzy, and Izzy wanted to take us to one of his dive places.
Yeah, we went to the Blue Ox. By the way, Izzy, thank God he's not an Uber because he would not be getting a 5-star rating for his driving skills. Jesus Christ, Izzy.
Evaded a few accidents on the way.
Yeah, went to the Blue Ox. That was good. We had some apps and burgers and beers and stuff.
I've never had cheese curds, Tom.
Yeah, they were like mozzarella sticks, kind of. They were good.
Yeah, it was just, it was an Izzy type place.
It was great.
Izzy, they know you here? Izzy!
Yeah, right.
Izzy,
we walked
what
in.
you special?
Picture like an Applebee's where you can gamble at the bar.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is.
Yeah. And mind you, there's people watching at its best at these type of places.
Oh yeah.
All right, so Izzy, then we end up going back and we go to the hotel to check in.
Yep.
And walking in, you see the big KISS sign in the main door. You walk in, there's right at the center part, there's a big KISS like fucking display thing right in the center. And we go to check in. We can't check in 2 feet without getting attacked by our buddies who we run into as soon as we walk in.
That was great. We walk in, we see Hall of Famer Gary Kapp and the Greek Thunder from Down Under. Thanos are there waiting.
Hey, mate.
Hi, mate. We check in the hotel. They did a nice job, man. They put these wall coverings all over the hotel. All the elevator. You saw these pictures online. All the elevator doors were covered with different pictures and posters. It was really freaking cool.
A couple posters. Yeah, a couple people thinking they were a part of the welcoming committee. Hey, look at me. I'm here. Hey.
Yeah, look at me. Yeah, let me pull my socks up a little bit more as you say hello to me.
Let me have 2 inches of skin between my socks and my fucking shorts.
I can tell you right now, they should have been, but the amount of oversized cargo shorts and socks pulled up to your mid-calf that we saw this weekend. You can tell these people just don't go out very often.
I think you described it as oversized clearance rack Walmart cargo shorts.
Telling you, that was like the official uniform.
Yeah.
That's the official uniform. Oversized clearance discount cargo shorts.
Walmart cargo shorts. Oh my God. It was just, the people watching again, this whole thing was just, holy fuck. Look to your right.
Hurry up.
And, we get to our room, we put our shit up, and I think the room is pretty nice. 2 big beds. I like the bed.
I didn't like the room.
You didn't?
No, because
liked
because it was designed like it was like a Boogie Nights like 70s porno. It had like weird chandeliers and like this weird table furniture thing. It looked like something out of Clockwork Orange. Fucking, and then the number one fucking thing that was making Zeus and I lose our mind. The fucking room had no light switches.
Yeah,
it was all they were all these push button things, but they were supposed to act like dimmers. But when you push them on, it was either 7,000 watts of lights in your room or pitch black.
Yeah, those are good. And there was also like a fuck stick area too, with just a random like fucking round little chair thing.
Well, that was that
bend over somebody. Or
that
something.
was so that you could use your romance kit.
Yeah. Oh, that was in the room.
Yeah, that came with the room. Okay, it was a romance kit, and it included 2 condoms, towelettes, personal lubricant, massage oil, and a lover's game. Now, this is not made up. The cost of that was $69 if you wanted to use that.
How many Kiss tards saw the fucking Kiss outdoor show and went inside and banged each other after? They played a song I couldn't expect.
Oh, give me the romance kiss.
Yeah, and the other thing about the room was they had this low toilet. I can't tell you how many times my ball sack hit the water. And I'm like, what the fuck?
And the other thing to make it even more exciting was that if you flushed while you sat on the toilet, it would have literally sucked your intestines out of your ass.
It would have pulled out the Mongolian beef you just ate that hasn't been digested through your asshole.
I honestly think the plane we flew on, Delta, built this toilet. It was a Delta engine.
So even though there's 2 guys, so most of the time the seat is up.
Right.
You go to take a piss. If you flushed it, the water came out so hard whoosh, that it would splash on your fucking legs.
Yeah, it was like
there
a
was
bidet.
Twice I had to be like, dude, now I gotta fucking shower my legs off after I just took a piss. Oh God, yeah.
Oh, and then it's also
got there.
And then it was then it took me like 2 days to figure out how to do the do not disturb thing. Most hotels have the little card you hang on the doorknob. This thing had a button inside that you had to press the button so that outside a red light would show up to let them know that you didn't want them to come in. I didn't know that, so of course we get a knock on our.
Dude, you had like a 5-minute conversation to tell the lady, no, don't come in.
She comes in at 11. I'm like, no, we're all set. Like an hour later, she comes back. She's like, clean? I go, no, I'm all set. She goes, no clean. I go, no, we're all set. I go, do you have towels? She goes, towels. I go, yeah, 2 towels, please. No clean. I'm like, is this a fucking Seinfeld episode right now? No, I don't want you to clean my room. No clean.
You should have just told her this.
I have a 9-inch dick.
Come in here. Let me open up that romance kit.
Oh, God. So then we got a couple more visitors to our room. Tally ends up coming to our room along with Gary and Thanis. Took a nice little photo there. And a lot of this stuff you can see because when I drop these photos, I'll drop them as day 1, day 2, and you'll be able to kind of see what our adventures were that day. And then, the first day were basically Thursdays, no real activities. We're just looking at all the Kiss shit around, doing our thing, people watching them pull in Sam the Serpent, seeing why everybody's mind was fucking blown when they saw the fucking Spaceman mural and it had Ace and Tommy, and the same thing with the Catman one, Eric and Peter.
Yep.
And I guess on social media, everybody was fucking losing their minds.
No, not everybody. There were some people. What's the problem? I don't see any problem with this.
So
okay.
I will say this, and let's get this conversation started about that.
Do it.
I'm not sure I had a problem with it. It is the spaceman. The spaceman is a character. So they also have the demon, which was just Gene, because he's the only one who's been there. Same thing with the Star Child. They should have put up the Fox or Ankh Warrior. They should have done that too, and be like, well, that was the only person that portrayed that.
Right.
I get it. They could, but what were they gonna do? Make another 2 spaceman ones? One with Tommy as spaceman, one with Ace as spaceman?
No, because you were right. Like it's a character that's been portrayed by 2 different people. That's in Kiss's eyes. I'm not saying I agree with that, but it's the spaceman. And if you look at the bottom of those murals, Brad noticed this. I didn't even notice this. At the bottom, it says 1973 to forever.
Yeah.
That's the date range there. So in their mind, this is infinity characters right here.
I mean, technically, if you want to put a mural of the Godfather, you would say Don Corleone. You would have Robert De Niro along with Marlon Brando.
Correct.
They both are that character in the movie. And these two are both that. I mean, again, everybody's like, that's fucking disrespectful right after Ace's death. You know, they already had this shit probably made and done prior to that. What are they going to fucking do?
Right,
they didn't mean that as a disrespect to Ace. At least, I mean, it's not like Paul's like, no, you put Tommy up on a spaceman. They couldn't have put just one of them.
I don't know. I think it was. I kind of get why people were upset, but I don't think it was that big of a deal.
No. I mean, I'm just mentioning that because looking through our photos from that day.
Yeah.
On Thursday, that's what we kind of dealt with. So the rest of the day, we kind of watched some football because the Patriots were on Thursday Night Football.
Yep.
Hung around, but one of the funnier thing is we went out to eat. So the group was Fanis, Tom, myself, Tally, I think, and Gary.
Yep.
So we went to the Chinese restaurant there. And they didn't tell us it was family style. So when we ordered this food, it was like fucking huge platters. We ordered a shit ton of food.
Yep.
But what, and I'll be honest with you, not that great.
No. It was fine, but it was fine.
That Mongolian beef that Tally ordered.
What a name.
Just, whoo.
Yeah.
Everybody's bathroom smelled like Mongolian beef the rest of the
that was the catchphrase for the rest of the weekend. Whoo, what that Mongolian beef.
Oh, just that. And the beef and broccoli, orange chicken, pork fried rice. What else?
Spicy egg rolls.
Oh,
it was just a mess. It was good.
Yeah.
It was a mess. Now, mind you, we've been up since like 3 o'clock in the morning East Coast
none of
time.
us sleep. Yeah,
okay, so we come to Vegas. We go back in time 3 hours. So this day is an infinity. So we get the Chinese food. I'm like, you know what? The Patriots are on Thursday Night Football, which is 5 o'clock kickoff Vegas time. Go back to our room, regroup, and we were supposed to go to an event. And the night just got away from us. We were in a fucking coma. The night just got away from us.
Yeah, we were supposed to do the Izzy event.
Yeah.
And we just fucking crashed. You know, you have a couple beers, you have that stuff, you have a bunch of Chinese food.
You have Mongolian beef. You lose all your motivation.
Oh, that room.
And then Friday morning we start our tradition of the breakfast buffet down there on the first floor.
So unfortunately, we didn't get to see any stuff. And we know our friends Ryan, Jeremy, Zach, and all those guys, and Todd kicked ass. I mean, those guys I know definitely did.
Yeah,
we didn't see that, and we didn't get the chance to do the Izzy thing. But Izzy was a good sport about it. So,
yeah.
Regardless, it was fun night, and we crashed, and we got up early. We decided to go to the breakfast place to eat.
Yeah, but before we go in there, who do we run into?
We run into Chip Magoo.
And he's just kind of walking around with his
Ross Geller fucking fluorescent white fucking teeth.
Those teeth look like they're powered by a 9-volt battery.
The rest, and so we took a pic with Doc, talked to him a little bit. Hey, Doc, remember? Hey, how you guys doing? Yeah. Such a salesman. Everybody got a photo with Doc. He was walking around the whole time. But his teeth, when someone took a close-up of him, and the rest of the trip, when it was just out of nowhere, someone would text the group.
Oh.
Big picture of Doc and his teeth.
Just like They look like those like glow in the dark like Halloween teeth.
Those Ross Geller teeth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh Jesus! That breakfast place we went to is like all you can eat buffet. It
was
It
good.
was okay.
I thought it was pretty
And so
good.
people are like, "Oh, look how expensive it is." I'm like, dude, if you ordered waffles, bacon, sausage, an omelet, fucking a drink and shit, what do you think you'd be paying at IHOP? $25 at least.
Yeah, this was $21.95 a person, and it was again all you can eat buffet, and they had everything, including made to order omelets and stuff, juices, coffee, everything. It was good.
So
it was good.
I thought it was pretty decent. And so by this point, Hall of Famer Jeff Trott decided to join the group.
That's right.
Guess who's back in the motherfucking house with a fat dick for your motherfucking mouth?
So Jeff met with us and right in time, so we got the picture with Doc, and then we decided to go grab our stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. Which was pretty cool. So depending on what tier package you had, mostly everybody got the same stuff. But we got like a little like bag that had the KISS Kruise logo on it. Got a signed poster by all 4 members.
What?
Which is pretty cool. A signed poster. A poster. With signed by all 4 members, not a lithograph, so like you could see it's an actual Sharpie signature, a pin, and then a vinyl, which is very. I mean, I'm a vinyl guy, but this is the most random piece of merch. So it's a 12-inch vinyl. It's got cool artwork. It's got 1 song on side A, 1 song on side B, and they're the re-recorded versions of the songs when they released Sonic Boom. It has nothing to do with anything. So I don't know. I mean, again, people are already selling them on eBay for like $500, whatever. So there's some cool stuff. And then we got our lanyard, which obviously gets you into all the events. So that was cool at that time to kind of get that stuff out of the way and kind of look at what we got.
Yeah, and then we went out and you run into those big cat statues. And so we got out and we met a couple Loudcasts. Took some photos of them. I think his name was Jorge and his son. So we got some photos there. And just did our kind of walking around kind of things.
Getting the lay of the land kind of.
Yeah. Oh, and so then that's when I ran into those Greek guys, people from Greece who had a Greek flag with them.
Ah, yes.
They have the Greek army from Greece.
Yep.
And I walked up to them. I was like, hey, you guys from Turkey? One of them looked like he was going to murder me. But super sweet guys. Nice. They fucking were like so much full of energy. And it's great to see all these countries represent and come out just for KISS. And they're like fanatics as well. And then once Thanos met them, I thought we'd never see Thanos again for the rest of the trip.
Yeah, this was
You're from Grace.
And this is the hotel lobby bar that had like porno style furniture in it. And that was kind of like our home base for the entire weekend. We took over a section of that. And that was kind of like our ground zero for like meeting people. And we'll get into that as we keep talking about the weekend. But yeah, cool bar setup and a nice place to kind of chill and then decide where we're going to go from here next after that.
And I believe what we did next is we went out to the lawn.
Yeah, so the setup's wild here. I mean, first of all, the hotel is absolutely massive. The pool was shut down like we talked about, but they have this big lawn area, and that's where the stage was set up for us, and we saw KISS Nation, awesome fucking tribute band. The guys are wearing Love Gun outfits. They sounded great, looked amazing. The Paul guy sounded just like Paul, whether he was talking, doing his banter, or singing.
Billy May, I think his name.
Yeah, he got that New York like style tone of his voice. Absolutely incredible. They did a really nice job. So that was a lot of fun to see that. And it was cool to just kind of, we got there Thursday. So today's Friday. We kind of got like a semi-decent night's sleep. So we were kind of ready to go a little bit. Everybody starts to come in. We start to run into our friends. People will kind of get in the lay of the land, and we're kind of like, all right, we're in this now. Let's get the weekend going, you know?
Yeah. And we ran into Steve Brown over there.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. At this point, it's all of us. Like, so Steve was hanging out with us for a little bit.
Yep.
We ran into Courtney as well later on, but we watched KISS Nation, and that was a lot of fun. We saw a lot of Paul lookalikes out there, some very different types of Pauls that were out there, and a lot of great people watching. I'm telling you.
Oh God. And this is the place where you could wear any and all pieces of KISS merch, including that animalized button down. We saw those all. There was no shame in whatever you wore. And that's why I told Zeus, I'm like, we packed our baseball jerseys, our hockey jerseys. Where the hell else are you going to wear this shit except for a KISS Cruise weekend, right? So everybody had everything you could imagine for KISS gear.
Oh, God, please stop.
Exactly. Pretty much.
Yeah. And then what basically comes out next is, I believe, is the band, right? They did the toast.
Yep.
KISS comes out themselves.
Yep.
And they do the toast, and then KISS does their acoustic set.
Yeah. So Paul comes out, and so prior to the band coming out, there were people walking around passing out battery-powered candlesticks with like a battery-powered flame on it, kind of thing. So we kind of knew it was coming. So the band comes out. Paul says, "Before we get going, we just want to take a moment to think about somebody who was at the foundation of this band. We're talking about Ace. Why don't we take a moment, a little quiet." Think about him looking down on us from the planet Jendel, probably. Let's have a moment for Ace. Candles up. Now, the baseline for Paul is so low for us. And I thought this was fine for me. Now, I'm not going to name names, but there were some clickbait whores out there on Facebook. This is despicable. Paul and KISS embarrassed the legacy of Ace. Fuck off, dude. This was fine for me. Again, you're not going to get exactly what you want. I thought this was fine, Zeus.
Dude, it wasn't supposed to be a wake.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes.
It wasn't the time or place. He gave you're going to get that was as good as you're going to get from Paul.
I agree.
Right?
Yep.
He's not going to give you some emotional lift off kind of like, listen.
No.
You got him to say this. And I just think Paul just can't do it.
No.
He's not going to get emotional or let his heart out about things like that. Even he may not have feelings to get out, but he said what he needed to say, and I think it was adequate.
Me too. Exactly. Adequate. Yep. So then the band goes into their show. They were loose. They were fucking around. They were there was some banter. There was some kind of goofing off back and forth. They sounded fine. I mean, we'll run down the set list here, Zeus, real quick. They open up with Coming Home. They do See You Tonight from Gene's solo album. They start fucking around with some Beatles stuff. They do World Without Heroes, Hard Luck Woman, Christine 16, Nothing to Lose, Going Blind, Hide Your Heart, Plasticaster, Beth, and Love Her All I Can. I thought it was a fun, energetic show. The guys looked like they were really enjoying each other's company. Getting some jabs in, kind of very informal. I thought, I was thrilled to hear Love Her All I Can and Hide Your Heart Unplugged. Beth, fucking shoot me. Who the hell needs to ever hear that again? I thought it was okay. I wasn't blown away by it.
No, I think it was decent, but we predicted what was going to come out of this.
Yeah.
Anything really deep cut? No. But it was fine. I liked it. Like, I will tell you, and maybe I'm showing my hand here. The band seemed like they were having fun.
Yes.
Way more than at the end of the road.
Yep.
Way more.
Yep.
Paul, I've yet to see him that happy and smiling on stage. I can't remember if I've ever seen him that happy and smiling and just being loose and being goofy and saying shit. I thought he was fucking awesome to see him like that. That's just my 2 cents. And again, Tom and I don't talk about these things before we record, so he has no idea what I was going to say. I love that aspect of it, that they were fucking around, being silly, just being cool about things. Good, because it makes it feel like, you know what? This isn't that difficult to do. We don't mean to make it that hard. Let's just have fun again and play music again. And that's what it seemed like Paul was doing. Like he actually enjoyed it because he missed it.
Yeah, throughout the entire weekend, we'll talk about it a little bit more as we get through the weekend, but I really felt like a couple of years off, 2.5 years or 2 years off, whatever it's been, in quote unquote retiring, I think re-energized the band, because I think we talked about how the end of the road tour was so friggin' exhausting for them, especially with the COVID thing, that I felt like I think they missed being there and doing it. So like Zeus said, you could definitely tell there was some fun. I think it was nice to have Eric back for them. I mean, that being said, the performance itself was fine, but you could definitely tell that they were happy to be there. It didn't look like they were kind of dragging their ass through it.
Yeah, I thought Eric looked like he was happy and having fun up there, instead of being miserable like he was on the end of the road.
Yes,
I thought it went off well. And, the elephant in the room, I thought he was singing. I don't think he was.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I thought. Maybe somebody's going, oh, look at this video. Like, I just thought
they were like 10 feet in front of us. He was singing.
Yeah. So, the show was great. The crowd loved them. I think they felt it. And, that's what people really came to see, right? KISS perform.
Yeah.
But that certainly wasn't the best performance of the weekend. So,
no.
And so there were other events that were happening that you pick and choose. Like, we weren't events.
Yeah, just like the cruise.
So we didn't do conversations with Eddie Kramer in a fucking Zoom call. We didn't do Craig Gass. Craig actually introduced them before the show, too.
Yes.
Introduced KISS.
Yep.
I can't believe he still does that iceberg joke.
He sells T-shirts with that on the back of it.
Yeah. We didn't see Quiet Riot. And we went back, I think, afterwards and just hung out, grabbed some food, had some drinks, and kind of made our little spot at the bar.
At the bar. That was the beginning of it for the weekend.
That section. So by this point now, Brad Rustoven comes in, Backpack Brad. He's joining our group. And so did Tracy.
Yes.
She made it.
Yep.
So the basic core group hung out all fucking weekend. Tom and I, Tracy Talley, Fanis, Brad Rustoven, Jeff Trott, and Gary Kapp.
Yep.
Now, we had some ancillary people that come join us here and there. Fucking Jepson would pop in. Adam Stevenson popped in. Glenn Barth would pop in. Tom Selleck would pop in. Like, different people would hang out, but the main core people were that was our agenda. We hung out together. We were at the bar together. We went to lunch together. We went to dinners together. We went to shows together, and it fucking was awesome.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, we started about 16 different text groups with everybody.
Like, this is the text group. Stop fucking changing it. They pulled a Murph.
Oh, yeah.
I just added a new one.
What the
fuck, Murph? Stick to the same one.
Yep.
So that was great. And then we went to go see Martini and Stephen Piercy from Rat.
Yep. And we went, that was in the arena. We had floor seats, center, about 10 rows from the stage. Fucking awesome seats. And this was pretty much the first time we had been in the arena, because this is, we didn't go to Quiet Riot. We didn't do anything in that arena. So we went there. I thought Zeus and I fucking love Rat. We've seen him a ton of times. We've seen him with and without DeMartini. I thought they fucking rocked. Piercy, you know what you're going to get with him vocally. DeMartini was fucking incredible. The set list was great. I had a fucking blast. I loved it.
I think they fucking kicked ass.
Absolutely. The band was fucking killing it.
And Stephen Piercy is still asking people how they are.
Yeah.
He must have said that 50 million times. How are you fucking guys? Even in the last song, he's like, hey, those guys up top, how are you doing? We're good, buddy. Just keep singing, man. And, all these rockers, they're not fucking themselves in their prime. We get it. But they pulled off a great show. Man, Warren fucking kicks ass.
Oh, God, yeah.
Ass.
Yes.
And then you also had, what's his name? I think Carlos from Quiet Riot was the other guitar player.
Carlos Cavazzo, fucking incredible. He was super underrated that night. Yes.
Yeah, both of them kicked ass. And you had the Brad Rustoven lookalike on bass. And the drummer was good. I mean, the songs are awesome. I love the selections. Other than Walk the Dog, I don't know why they play that.
They always fucking play that.
It's just the set list was awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Awesome. I thought Rat really kicked ass. It was a great show. Oh, and I think before Rat, I forgot to mention, we went to the Mexican place.
Yeah, we sat outside with a waiter who tried to sexually harass Tally in front of everybody.
At one point, he said to her, what was the comment like? I'll do you, or you?
It was something like, It was something
I'll
like,
take care of you if you wanna take
I'll
it.
take care of you if you take care of me. And it was like fucking dead silence.
And we're all like, what? And he's like,
and
well,
look
I don't mean that sexually.
I didn't mean that sexually. Be like, dude, you're fucking here with 6 guys and a girl. You have any idea how easy it would be for us to put your head through that wall?
And Tracy.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, Tracy was there too. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Yeah, I didn't think the food was that great there either.
It wasn't.
To be honest with you,
It wasn't.
And that was just surreal. That guy was weird.
He was weird the whole night.
Yeah, he was like hot and cold. He'd bring food over. Then next time he come back, he'd be all fucking laughing. And the next time he come back, he'd be sourpuss.
Yeah.
Oh, weird shit. But anyways, we did the Warren Martini, Stephen Piercy thing. Awesome. Yep. So after that, we decided to go to Kiss Karaoke.
Yep.
There was a fucking line to get in with metal detector guy fucking wanding up, like putting a wand on us and shit. Like, what the fuck? Who's going to fucking assassinate somebody at Kiss Karaoke?
Dude, they made us turn around and I'm like, this isn't fucking TSA. We're in the hotel already.
Fucking
what are
crazy.
you doing?
Then we sat around and watched bad singing at Kiss Karaoke. Sad Jean was there.
There was one woman there who pulled off a pretty decent karaoke
I think
rendition.
someone said she was in a band or something.
Yeah, she definitely was. She sang I Still Love You. I'm like, this woman isn't some amateur. She obviously has some kind of singing background. But Sad Jean decided to pour some sugar on me for some reason. And it was as disastrous and hilarious as you would expect it to be.
Yeah, it was just one of those things that when you go to Kiss Karaoke, you better go with a good attitude and have some fun.
Oh, yeah.
And God bless the people that tried to sing and do their thing. It is what it is.
Yep.
And for those that are wondering, did I bring any fart spray with me? There was fart spray there.
Yep.
I bought this 3-pack from Amazon. Needless to say, it didn't even smell. It all 3 of them. One was, I don't know, like fucking shit ass or fucking whatever. None of them really worked. So no real fun incidents, stories about that. So, I mean, cause I tried, I'm telling you this cause I tried at the karaoke. It just didn't work. It didn't. And so we're about to call it a night. Kiss Karaoke. And who do we see stumbling through the fucking casino?
Oh, my God. The great Shouted Out Loudcast Hall of Famer, Chris Jericho.
So,
wow.
Tom was trying to get his attention. Hey, Chris. And I think what was happening was Jericho, first of all, he was in great shape then.
Oh, yeah. He had a couple bad ice cubes.
Yeah. I think he thought you were a fan, just calling his name. And he was just trying to get to his destination. So he acted like he didn't hear. And then when you grabbed him, we're like, hey.
I grabbed him, yeah.
And you know when the light bulb goes off? Oh,
yeah, it's you. Yeah.
And for the next 15 minutes, I felt bad for Red Cup Jeff, his buddy.
Before or after he took his shirt off?
Yeah, before. Trying to get Chris, because he's like, his wife said, I got to get him back or something.
Yeah.
Chris was just fucking hilarious.
Unbelievable.
Telling us these stories, going on and on, talking about Kiss, putting us in fucking headlocks, holding, and then smacking my ass to the point I'm like, dude, that fucking hurts.
Yep.
Talking to us, telling us this crazy story, which I'm not going to get into. I'll let him tell it if he wants to. Fucking great. We got to take we took a couple of crazy drunk photos with him. And just a great time.
Yep. Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. Chris is the best. Red Cup Jeff's the best. But it was friggin' hilarious. So
yeah, and he's like, let's take one quick photo. So I'm like, Jeff, get in there, and he's like, has to take off his shirt, of course. And Chris gives him a white. He's like, now he's clear cup Jeff.
Yep.
So we took a nice fucking photo there, and you've seen those ones that I'll be posting online. You'll see them. Call it a night. There goes night 1 of the event, but night 2 for us.
Yep. And then we start off the next day, Saturday morning. We start that off with another breakfast buffet gathering. Exactly. Yep. Little breakfast potatoes and peppers.
Eggs and fucking and sausage.
So this day, there's a couple things going on. The only thing that we really wanted to go to So we went and got breakfast. Then we would kind of go back and regroup, go to our room, kind of shower, do whatever, kind of figure out what the calendar of events is.
So we decided to go to the merch place, which had just opened up yesterday. I forgot to mention. So when KISS broke out, I think it was Going Blind. I'm like, fuck this.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I'm going to merch. And I ran into merch and grabbed the T-shirt. There was nobody there, and I was out and back in time before the next song even happened.
Yep.
It was awesome.
Yep.
Because that merch line, you can imagine, once it opened, the line for the tards that went in there. And, of course, you had the same old thing with merch. Fucking hoarders buying 20 copies of things and having it up on eBay.
Yep.
So,
yep. Yeah. So after breakfast, we did that. We went to the merch line there. They pretty much had the same stuff. Each day they had a day one exclusive poster and like a day one exclusive like T-shirt or something like that for day 1, day 2, day 3. So that was fine.
So one last thing about the merch.
Oh man. So
there was this hefty kind of lady, looked a little like Nell Carter. Fucking hilarious. Yeah. Big Mama's house. So I go up there and like, I'm like, do I buy this shit? And like, I'm like, I don't, and I think I muttered underneath my breath, like half of this shit is Kiss Tard shit.
Yeah.
And she heard that and she goes, Kiss Tard.
Kiss Tard.
And started dying laughing.
Yep.
As though she's been dealing with these Kiss Tards and knew exactly what I meant.
Yep.
And then we started laughing. She's like, Kiss Tards. Yeah, all this stuff is for the Kiss Tards.
And then remember, we're like, yeah, we'll be like, I'll be like, how much is this hoodie? It's like $90 for you, $140 for the Kiss Tards.
He was awesome. And it was funny because the guy next to her earlier.
That guy was my buddy.
Yeah. So he was funny because the day before when I ran in to try to get the stuff during Kiss's outdoor set, he's like, yeah, you want some of this? Or I'm like, all right, I see the shirts. What, any other like stuff I can get? He's like, oh, how about this? And it was like Quiet Riot Tic Tacs, something like that, or something like stupid, like guitar picks from something.
There's a deck of black and blue playing cards.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, like, do you not know who Kiss is? That's not Kiss shit. I'm like, this guy has no idea who Kiss is or
he had no idea, but he was a hot shit too. He was
fucking funny. She was like, Kiss Tards. We didn't do any of the fucking like, the founders. I mean, God bless them. Who hasn't heard their story? We didn't hear the fucking Kiss Army toy event either.
The future of Kiss with Doc.
Yeah, I mean we had Doc on the show. If you're not gonna get much out of him,
Yeah,
but we did have to make an appearance at the Cooking Paul Stanley show.
Yeah, just same. I mean, again, if you've ever been on a KISS cruise, it's the exact same thing. He's trying to do all these one-liners. He has people up there that look like they're held hostage, being forced to eat his food. It was fun. We were just goofing more than anything. And the one thing I really liked about the way that indoor arena was set up was that you could hang out at the bar area, like the concourse, and just kind of watch the stage. So you didn't have to go to your seats if you didn't want to, which we did that for a lot of the events, which I thought that was cool. It allowed all of us to hang out together because we obviously our seats weren't together. The only person that I sat next to was Zeus in our seats. So all of us would hang out back by the kind of like that concourse area and watch out what was going on. So the cooking thing with Paul was exactly what you expect it to be.
Got olive oil here. Put a little in your pan. And you want to throw in your prosciutto.
Ugh.
So the thing that amazes me, like people could ask him questions. Paul, what type of pasta is your favorite to cook?
Brutal.
Do you cook for your family? Like, dude, you have Paul Stanley from KISS. These are the questions you want to ask him?
Yep.
The fuck, people.
Yep.
Like, I just don't get that shit.
Yep.
I have the same question I would ask him or Gene if I have it. I say it all the time. Paul, Gene, both of you wrote different portions of Rock and Roll Night and made it into one song. Okay. You knew it was going to be an anthem. I don't know if you knew it was going to be the biggest KISS song of all time, but you knew it wasn't. Who decided Gene was going to sing that?
Yeah. Like that's a question.
My question.
Right.
And I bet you if you asked each one of them that question, you'd get a different answer.
Oh, of course you would. Yeah.
Right. So that was what I would be asking them if I had that opportunity. But anyways, we saw Paul's show. None of us took that shit seriously. We were in the back just fucking around. We went there as a goof to watch him do his thing.
Right.
We skipped the lookalike contest. We skipped the fucking Gene fucking throwing fucking pennies with the picks or whatever the fuck he was doing.
Yep.
I threw pennies into the street in Chinatown because I knew he would run out and retrieve them. I used to just stand on the curb and fling them, and he would run into the gutter to get the coins.
Unbelievable. Jesus Christ.
I would throw picks into the street, and I would watch him go into the gutter and get the picks.
So at this time, we kind of broke off because the next thing that was going to be Mr. Speed inside at 3:00. So we kind of broke off the group here. Zeus and a couple people went to a fucking ridiculous place.
Story.
He's going to tell you about that. Me, Brad, and Gary went back to Brad's room, pounded beers, watched college football on mute, and did what we called demo drinking, where me, Gary, and Brad was playing all kinds of different KISS demos, and we started geeking out about different versions. I like this version. What's that version? We started talking about bootlegs and demos. That was a fucking great time. We had a blast doing that, posted a picture of that. And while that was going on, Zeus was dealing with his insanity for his lunch.
Izzy fucking lives there. Izzy drives people around there. Izzy, where can we go eat? How about this place? Izzy, we try to get there. The fucking place is closed because of the Grand Prix. What do you like? Do you want to go back to the same? No, I don't want to go back to that fucking shit dive bar. It was the most painful thing to try to find a place to eat, which is ridiculous because, I didn't want to eat the same spots. And a lot of those restaurants, the Mexican, the Italian, the steakhouse, they don't open till 5.
Right.
So, I know a place. It's just right across the street. Oh, so you're going to drive us? No. We'll just walk. It's right across the street. So we start walking. Me, Tracy, Izzy, Tally, Thonis, I believe, and Jeff Trott.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this was not across the fucking street. More importantly, it was fucking raining.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wanted to choke out Izzy. It was another fucking casino that had a food place in there. We watch as Izzy goes in to talk to somebody, and the guy looks at him crazy, puts his hands up, is like, that place closed years ago.
Jesus Christ.
We're like, we're going to fucking kill him. We're going to fucking kill him. So Tally's like, let's just go to the German restaurant across the street. Really across the street. We go to the German restaurant. By that point, I'm feeling nauseous and not feeling well. So I didn't want to eat. However, I am so glad I went. These guys ordered schnitzel. Tally orders fucking the salad with chicken. Like, oh, that's a real ethnic German food. Glad we went here. We'll watch as the place in front of us, the table in front of us, this fucking lady, waitress, each one of them is given a shot, a table of like 6 or 7 of them. They have to take a shot, then they would bend over, and this lady would paddle them fucking in the ass. I'm not talking about love taps. I'm talking fucking full-on smacks. Holy shit. I was trying to get Izzy to do it. He wouldn't do it. But, I mean, one of them was pretty fucking smoking hot chick. I'm like, dude, I got to get this on video. And I did. I'm like, this is like porn. This fucking German waitress in an outfit bending people over and smacking them in the ass with a fucking paddle.
I saw the videos.
It reminds me of what happens when you get the wrong answer in a Bruce Kulick question and answer.
Hey, guys. Lisa
pours pancake batter on you and then smashes you in the ass and gives you a flat pancake ass. But that was fucking surreal. Anyways, we make it back and we all finally get to hang out again.
So everybody regroups. We go into the tiny crammed in theater to see Mr. Speed at 3:00. It was awesome because of the place. Everybody was sitting on top of each other at this time. Now, I think at this time, Zeus, I think you had gone back up to kind of regroup after getting your ass slapped.
I told you I didn't. Well, I didn't get my ass slapped, but I wasn't feeling well. So.
Right. So we went to Mr. Speed. It was pretty much all the other people in the group. We went there. Place was packed in like sardines. The band is right on top of us. Mr. Speed now, they wear the unmasked Dynasty era costumes with an Eric Carr as drummer. Place was great. The atmosphere was awesome. I mean, it was right in front of your face. So it was a nice crowd. It played for about an hour. After that, we start to walk out. We're like, okay, where we're going to go? I reach out to Zeus. I'm like, okay, we're going to go to that Italian restaurant. I think it was called Cassi, something like that. We go in there. There's 10 of us. We meet up with Adam Stevenson and his dad. Join us. There's a party of 10. I don't understand who thought this was a good way to sit, but it was like this low to the ground table. One side of it was like a padded futon. Yeah. The other thing was like padded, like lawn chairs.
50-year-old men with their knees hurting, bending down, sitting down low to eat.
Yeah, it was weird, dude.
Not a Japanese restaurant.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what it looked like. Now, some people had entrees and food. Some people had snacks. I had a great meal. It was nice big chicken vodka pasta thing. It was good. It was great.
Did you say chitlins? What did you say?
No, I didn't have chitlins. So that was fine. So that, by the time that was all done, dinner was fine. We all make it over to the arena for quarantine to go on at 6:00.
Yeah, I was excited for this. So we're texting with Eddie too, Trunk, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll come up." So we were in the back as Tom was describing, the back, kind of bar area you can watch the show. So we ended up watching the show with Eddie and our group in the back, watching the quarantine show. Chris and them killed it like you would expect them to.
Oh, God, yeah.
Full on energy, full on fun. The band kicks ass. Chris is doing his thing. He is such a fucking, I'll just call him, as he said to us when we saw him that night, an entertainer. I'm in the entertainment business for 35 years. Not the raincoat business.
The raincoat business, I was going to say. Yeah, the raincoat business. Now, the band was off the charts. Joe McGinnis, we texted with Joe and gave the guy incredible kudos, which he gets more kudos for Sunday night. But his note for note, tone for tone Bruce Kulick work on the Bruce Kulick songs, the band was just incredible. Just an awesome
night. As well. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Oh, no, of course.
And obviously PJ's have the backing vocals are just fucking, because everyone can sing there.
It was awesome. Yeah.
They're just fucking incredible. What was great is because we're watching it with Eddie, who never seen them.
Right.
And he fucking loved them.
Yep.
Loved them.
Yep.
He was like, this is awesome. He's like, you never get to hear these songs.
No.
These classics. And I think he was really getting into it. We all were. I will say this, and I'm going to say it prematurely. Chris was probably the MVP of that weekend.
Probably, yeah. I would say so.
He wore. With all the hats that he wore, he was probably the MVP. Fucking killed it. So fucking much fun. The band kicks ass. We're going to be lucky enough to see them. They're touring up the Northeast coming up. We'll actually see them because they don't usually come this way. So we're really pumped. Yeah, that reminds me. We never got to see PJ this weekend, too. But I thought Chris was fun. Eddie was having a blast. However, there was this fucked up little, what's her fucking name? Carpenter.
Sabrina. She was like a Sabrina Carpenter lookalike, but smaller.
In the back.
Yeah.
Near the bar by herself. She had placed her phone on the ground.
Yep.
I'm like, I didn't see the phone part, but she would constantly be bending down, looked like squatting, like she was taking a shit. I don't know what she was doing, and kept like dancing by herself.
Yeah, I think she was making like Instagram reels or something.
Yeah, something like she was fucked up.
Yeah.
So I look over to Eddie, and I'm like, dude, are you checking this fucking Sabrina Carpenter mess back there? All of a sudden, this guy walks in. He's like, yeah, she's with me. And I'm like, oh, my God, this guy's going to start a fight now? He's like, yeah, she's with me. I bought her for this weekend. I'm like, what?
Bought her.
Bought her. Yeah, I paid for her. She's with me this weekend.
Yep.
I'm like, well, she's a little fucked up. He's like, yeah, I know. I don't give a fuck. She can stay back there and do her shit. But she's with me this weekend. And Eddie and I just look at each other like, uh-huh. And I just walk away. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Later on, the next day, just to end his story, he was trying to pick up Tracy. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck.
And,
that's not going to work.
Tracy's like, oh, here's my husband. Tracy's got a nice Texas accent. I'm like, huh? She goes, this is my husband. And she's saying to me, he's like, oh, yeah? He was like, guys, this isn't a pickup line that's going to work. When you're like I think he said he was 57 years old at one point. When you're a fat 57-year-old bald guy saying to chicks, nobody goes down on chicks like me. Oh, you never had traces like, honey, you're talking to the wrong person.
Yeah, right. Enough.
So anyway, that fucking happened. And we were just so happy to see Chris and them really kick ass that night.
Yeah. And then after that, I didn't stick around for Sebastian Bach. We kind of just regrouped because then everybody was getting ready for the KISS show at 10 o'clock that night. People that went to see Bach said it was fine. But of course, the big thing was the KISS Unmasked Electric show. And it was weird because the curtain just kind of opened up and the band kind of just walks on the stage, which is kind of cool. And
Paul is soft spoken and talking.
The stage looked fucking awesome. The imagery, you've seen pictures from us and other people post them. So the stage looked great. The band looked great. And you know, let's quickly kind of run through the set list here, Zeus. I'm gonna run through the set list here to let everybody know what we got here quickly, and then we'll talk about it, of course. So they open up with Deuce, Take Me, Harder Than Hell, Call Him Dr. Love, Got to Choose, Watching You, Cold Gin, I Love It Loud, Love Her All I Can, Let Me Go, Rock and Roll, Black Diamond, Detroit Rock City, Shout It Out Loud, Do You Love Me, Lick It Up, Bruce Kulick sneaks out from behind the curtain. We'll get into that in a minute. Rock and Roll All Night, and that was about it. So he played about 16 songs there, Zeus.
Yeah. I wasn't sure what we were going to get because KISS Kruises, there's usually anywhere from 12 to something. I didn't know what we were going to get. The fact is, again, I'm going to reiterate this. They looked fucking happy. Paul
they looked great.
Big smile on his face the whole time. When other people were singing, he had a big, goofy look on it. Maybe I didn't notice it with the makeup he was doing it or something, but he looked happy. The band was having fun. I thought the band sounded great. I think Paul sounded fine in the beginning. I will say, after he did the big screech in Detroit Rock City, it went downhill.
Yep.
But, you know, I thought it was great. I thought they sounded great. They looked great. And Gene specifically, I could go on for another 5 years, no problem. Sounds just as he did years ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a hot take here, Zeus. Mm-hmm. I haven't said this to anybody because we like to save our hot takes for the show. That performance by KISS sounded better than any performance I saw on the End of the Road tour.
Could be.
In my opinion, now again, it's a small 5,000 seat arena, so the acoustics are better. Everything is better than a big.
But you saw them on the KISS Cruise, so that is included there.
Right. I think something. I don't know if it was the sonics, the mixing, whatever. Eric's drums sounded booming. The only problem that a lot of people had, everybody noticed it, was that Tommy's guitar mix was low. So a lot of times when he was doing solos, you couldn't hear them the way you're supposed to hear them.
Yeah, Eric kept having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Eric, are you ready? All set? You know, everyone's like, oh, yeah, no, hold on. Let me get the track ready. Hold on. I got to catch up the clicks. You know, whatever.
I thought they sounded fucking awesome, really.
It could be because they weren't encumbered by the clothing in the uniform.
Could be, too. And they
had more freedom, more.
I was going to say, I think being away for 2 years, being quote unquote retired, everybody just felt looser. A little bit more energy. Like it didn't seem like they were bored and tired like they were during a lot of the End of the Road tour, in my opinion. So I thought the show was fucking great. Look, I wish they had played way more deep cuts. I know that's everybody's thing. We got Take Me. We've heard that before on the KISS Cruise. We got Love Her All I Can. We got it unplugged, but I've never heard it plugged in. And the rest of the set list, I mean, I love Watching You. Rest of the set list is pretty much what you're going to get, which is a little bit disappointing because they know a captive audience like that, you should really be pulling shit.
Here's some statistics.
Yeah.
16 songs.
Yep.
9 of them were staples on the End of the Road. 7 were not end of the road songs.
Yep. That's not bad.
So
good mix.
Paul had 8/9 if you're going to count Black Diamond. Gene had 8. You don't usually see that 50-50 kind of split.
Right.
I liked that. Okay. There was no need for Love Her All I Can twice.
Oh, I think there was. One was unplugged. One was plugged in.
No, to play something else then. Figure it out.
With that. I love that.
No
song,
need for Cold Gin.
No. God,
no need for Shout It Out Loud. Take Me was a nice surprise. Harder Than Hell had been a while. We knew the obligatory Got to Choose in one of these events was going to happen. Watching You was nice. Really no need for I Love It Loud. People are like, oh my God, they didn't play Love Gun. Thank God.
Yeah, right.
I like that they jumped in with Lick It Up. Of course, they're going to do Rock and Roll All Night. They opened with Deuce, not Detroit Rock City. I'm okay with this. Was it the best Kiss show I've ever seen? No, absolutely not. But it was good. It was very good. I enjoyed it. Let's bring up the Bruce part.
Okay. So we're watching the show. Zeus and I, again, we're in the 10th or 12th row, whatever. And during Lick It Up, all of a sudden I'm like, I look, I go, Zeus, that's Bruce. He just snuck out from behind the curtain. And I'm like, why is nobody acknowledging that Bruce is on this? This is fucking weird. And then Bruce even looked like he was uncomfortable. Like, should I be here?
Yeah.
What should I do? Paul wasn't really looking at him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And Gene finally was like, Bruce Kulick. I'm like, what the hell happened here? And we'll talk about what happened when we get to Sunday.
It also looked like Bruce was being like, no, you play this part, Tommy. No, go ahead. Like, what was going on? He came out to Lick It Up,
which isn't even right.
To something that from the Bruce era. Not that they played anything from the Bruce era, because, as I measured, there were from 74 to 83, 9 years. All the songs were played from those 9 years, 74 to 83. There was nothing past Lick It Up. They ignored 1984 through basically 2012, any music they produced. Ignored all of it.
Yep. But Bruce did come out with his glow-in-the-dark orange Brooks running shoes, which is nothing says rock and roll like that. But he looked. But cool.
I thought Bruce looked like it was uncomfortable up there.
Very, very.
He wasn't introduced. He walked out and he was kind of like, you go, Tommy. No. Tommy's like, no, fucking take it. And he's like, and I don't know, there have been reports, I didn't see it, but reports that Paul looked agitated or annoyed or was being rude to Bruce on stage. I didn't see that. I don't know.
We'll get to that. Yeah.
But anyways, that was the Kiss set. Again.
Yep. I loved it.
If it was just one off Kiss concert like this in Boise, Idaho, I wouldn't have gone.
No.
And I okay, but this was a whole event with friends, hence that's why we went.
Yep.
But the concert was great, but nothing memorable.
I enjoyed it. I thought they sounded great. I like I like small club shows to begin with, so that's probably why I liked it a little bit more.
Yeah, I thought overall the night was fun.
Yeah.
However, after the concert, this was the most fucked up fucking late night for me.
I was hanging by a thread. I was hanging by a thread. I went right to bed, and I knew I was hanging by a thread because I went into the room, brushed my teeth, and I think within 3 minutes I was dead. And I didn't even hear Zeus come in when he eventually did come in, because this must have been the beginning of me getting sick or whatever, Zeus.
So I ended up hanging out at our bar area. It was myself, Tracy, Trot, and Jepson. We ended up getting fucked up that night. It was just ugly. And there was this married couple. The husband didn't care, but the wife was there. Hot chick. And she got nicknamed, and it stayed with her. And we were so fucked up, we were saying it to her face. Side tit. Because she had this wonderful dress, and her side tit was perfectly shaped and stuff. So we were just so fucked up. Jepson stirs all this shit up. It's like, oh, everyone's going to get naked. I'm like, yeah, your side tits are so hot. You don't have to get naked. We'll all be fine tonight. Just jerking off to you later. This was just fucked up. drunk out of our asses that night. We were up extremely late. I don't know. And then this fucking Australian cat woman showed up, and she's giving me a fucking coin from Australia with King George's, a penny of King George. I still have it here somewhere.
What the hell?
I don't know. She had orange or pink hair, fucked up talking with that girl. And we ran into Fitzy. He was the only fucking person. And Fitzy, the first thing he says, this guy's a Bruins fan. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Hockey man, Winnipeg guy.
Yep.
So just fucking nuts between Jepson and fucking Trot and Tracy and just yikes. I haven't had a night like that in years. I can't do that shit anymore.
Yep.
I mean, I can't drink like I did. But that night is like that Toby Keith song. I ain't as good as I once was.
Yeah, exactly.
As good as once was. Whatever the fucking thing goes. And they were like, let's go to the strip club across the street. I'm like, oh, fucking go to the strip club. I stumbled in there at 2:30. Can't believe I didn't wake you up.
Nope. I was dead. I think that was, like I said, I think that was the beginning of it. But I woke up Sunday feeling all right. Now Sunday was a little different. Sunday we bypassed the buffet. Okay, I had gotten a decent night's sleep. Zeus obviously did not. So I got up. I met Gary downstairs. I think I just got like a Dunkin' Donuts, kind of hung out for a little bit, and then we were all going to get together for the 11 o'clock event, which was conversations with Bruce Kulick, Chris Jericho, and Bob Ezrin via Zoom. Now this was a pleasant surprise. I thought the questions that were asked of Bob, the questions that Jericho was asking, the questions that Bruce Kulick, the three-way conversation was, I thought, was really entertaining. I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, the Eddie Kramer one, which was done Zoom remote, it looked like a disaster. So I wasn't expecting much because Bob was remote. I was expecting more something like this.
You know, I'm still hearing his fucking echo.
But it wasn't. So
Bob was great, very forthcoming.
Craig Gass was the host, but this was the Jericho show.
Yep.
He asked questions that we would ask. He asked questions that real KISS fans would ask. He didn't give you the general bullshit. What's your favorite cookie to eat for Christmas? Mm-hmm. He didn't ask stupid fucking ridiculous questions to just endear himself to the fucking guest. He asked them pointed questions, whether it be to Bruce, whether it be to Ezrin, and to credit to Ezrin and Bruce, they answered them. And even questions about Vinny, Ace, Destroyer, Jericho went right in on the Elder. Yep. Awesome stuff. This is why we love Chris. Because if you listen to his podcast, you know he doesn't fuck around. He gets to the fucking point.
Yeah, he's a great interviewer.
Ask questions because he cares. He's actually listening for the answer. He's not just reading notes and saying something. Yep. So I thought he was awesome. I thought that was probably the fucking dark horse best part of the fucking trip.
Yep.
Listening to those guys talk.
Yep. And then after that, 6 of us took an Uber to get lunch. We went to BJ's Brew House in.
That's a chain. Yeah, that's a chain.
We don't have them near us, but
we do. We have one in Massachusetts.
A BJ's Brew House?
Yeah, there's a BJ's place like that in Massachusetts. Yeah.
Okay, never heard of it before, but okay. Yeah. Either way, that was nice. We tortured the poor Uber driver to and from with impersonations and stories and all kinds of stupid shit.
That was probably the funnest car ride I've had in a long time. We saw what triggered this. We saw like some fucking CPA billboard or a lawyer. Come to Fraley and Cusano tax accountants. We'll get your taxes done. Oh shit, dead dogs. That's a write-off. We were doing
Fraley Insurance. Talk to me about bundling your home and auto. I can lower your deductibles if you're a veteran.
Make sure we check off the umbrella box for your insurance. We were doing all that shit. The guy's like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
That was fun. That was fun. It was
Have you been injured in an accident? Call Fraley and Associates right now. Operators are standing by. So stupid.
Have you wrapped your fucking car around a telephone pole like me? Call for help.
If you have a DeLorean and you got the devil on your side, make sure you call me.
So that was good. One of the things I liked about this, as opposed to the cruise, was that we were able to leave the event and go to Vegas. Like if we wanted to, we could go to BJ's Brewhouse and get lunch. I like that. Okay. When you're on the ship, you're obviously captive on the ship. We'll talk about that at the end. I think we'll kind of do like a full blown recap here, but, so that was fun. So then we get back. Now, meanwhile, the weather in Las Vegas, I'm thinking it's fucking sunny, warm, fucking like 60 degrees, 25-mile-an-hour winds. We go outside to the lawn because Mr. Speed is now doing an outdoor set there. Everybody's bundled up. The wind is fucking brutal. We're spending most of our time in a covered area where the big KISS light-up sign is, doing all kinds of photos, and we're having a great time. Finally, I'm like...
Gary was yelling at nobody again in the wall.
Yeah, poor Gary was having a nervous breakdown. And finally, it's just like, I'm going in. It's getting too cold. The wind is getting too bad. Let's fucking regroup and figure out what we're going to do after that.
But we were watching Mr. Speed. And we took all those photos. And we also talked to the girls, the wives, the better half of the money bag guys. And we were hanging out with John
awesome.
and Chris a lots of times this weekend.
Awesome.
Those guys are a ton of fun. Chris was fucked out of his mind.
Every time we saw him, he was fucking woof.
Yeah, and we were giving each other shit, especially fucking his wife Amber. Oh God. Anyway, we had a ton of fun with them. Those guys are awesome, and they're part of the crew too. So anyway, that was a blast. People watching at that Mr. Speed Sunday event was the most fucked up thing.
It was awesome.
Saw fucking Meng. We saw the Road Dog Jesse James.
We saw Timu Scott Ian.
Yeah, there were a lot of Timu versions of people there. We saw Timu Evan Stanley.
We also saw that guy Space Freely. That guy's fucking hilarious.
He was around all weekend.
Yeah.
We would run into him.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Timu Evan Stanley.
Yeah. We looked like Butthead. He had Butthead's uniform on.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Little black or red shorts and the fucking T-shirt and the wicked afro. Just fucked up shit.
Yep.
People watching at its fucking best.
Yep.
And then we did get a couple people that came up to us. One was Nick, who's a Loudcaster. He was awesome. He had this fucking awesome leg tattoo of Gene on the back of his leg.
Yeah, we saw him a lot that weekend. Love Nick.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun.
Yep.
So then we go back. We're trying to regroup. We're taking some photos, doing our fucking thing. Yeah, we didn't do the fucking name that tune shit with Thayer. We didn't do Kiss Through the Lens of Lynn Goldsmith. We didn't even do, I don't think I didn't do, did you do the Q&A with Gene, Tommy, and Paul and all them?
Oh, it was fucking great. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I don't think I was there for that.
So that was actually a lot of fun. And Jericho hosted this.
And so hence the MVP awards.
Yeah, no, that was good. And it was funny because when we were getting ready to go into this, a lot of the people, some people, I shouldn't say a lot, some people had been on the cruise before, some people had not. And they do this on the cruise. And historically, it's a snooze fest because everything is this. I'm not going to say it was a snooze fest, but again, I think because it's been a while, and I think because they're quote unquote retired and they've sold some stuff to Pop House, etc. It was, the Q&A was much more freer and much more, a little bit of humor, not as much canned answers and responses. Jericho did a great job. He was kind of like the MC of this event, so he did an awesome job handling the questions. Eric Singer, as always, kind of busting balls with Gene and vice versa. The two of them are hilarious. Paul talking about a couple different things, hinting at music, coming out and stuff like that. So it was fun. It was entertaining. It was a little bit better than it was a little bit better than I thought it would be, put it that way, based on what we've seen on the cruise.
I thought this was like Paul's best answer.
Gene had long hair and a beard under his double chin. He was very overweight.
Exactly, yes. Very true. Very true.
I think Gene wasn't very happy with Paul's answer on that one.
Not at all. Not at all.
No, he wasn't very happy. And so, Tom, there was another part where apparently Paul apologized.
Yeah. So as we talked about with the KISS show when Bruce came out, there was a little bit of confusion, or just kind of like Bruce looked disoriented. There was no real audience announcement. Paul looked like he wasn't paying attention. It was pretty obvious. So somebody got to Paul's ear, because when they did the band Q&A the next day that we went to, before it even got started, Paul came out and said, quote, "Before we get going, and we've got a lot of questions and answers, I just want to apologize to Bruce, because last night with everything going on and it being exciting and it was a big adrenaline rush, first I was surprised when Bruce was out there. I didn't remember he was coming out. And then I forgot to give him his due, because Bruce not only is a member of the family, Bruce was an important member of the band. So apologies for not giving him his credit last night." End quote. I'm ready to pick this apart. I don't know if you are.
Go ahead.
First of all, you give the apology. Fine. I understand. Big adrenaline rush. You forgot he was coming out?
That's typical Paul. Typical Paul.
You did. So you can't just. Everything with him is impossible without open mouth, insert foot. You're telling me that the man who micromanages every single movement of his life did not remember that a former beloved member of the band was about to jump on stage with the four of them? We're supposed to believe he didn't remember that, and that he didn't notice Bruce on stage. Okay. That's his way of being forced to it's like a hostage video. He apologized, but had to get his dig in. Fuck him. Sorry. That's me. Not you. That's me saying that.
It's almost like he's got to put him in his place. Yeah, you're not very important. I forgot about you. So I know you think, you think you're popular because you got a lot of applause of you. I didn't even know you were coming out.
100%. You said it better than me. Yeah, you're just. I'm not really sure. Oh, Bruce. Oh, you're coming out. I didn't even know you were coming out.
Yeah, you're just kind of insignificant, so I kind of forgot about you. Oh, okay. Now there are other videos up, people putting up stuff and check out Paul. And I don't know. I think they're trying to say like they're reading their lips, and it almost like Paul. They were showing clips where Paul's like, no, like you're doing it wrong, and Bruce is like, oh, okay, sorry.
See,
back off. I don't know.
There was a lot going on. There was a lot going on up there because our eyes were on Bruce because we were excited that Bruce was there, but then he seemed uncomfortable. He was playing with Tommy, but then it was almost like he was looking at Tommy like, what do I do? And
like,
then
what
Paul,
part do I take? Yeah.
The whole thing was like disjointed, but I want to know who got to Paul and said, you have to say something. There's chatter about Bruce's treatment last night.
Because I'm telling you, people saw that as though Paul was like, what the fuck? You're doing this wrong. Ugh, all that other shit. Of course he's going to do that wrong because he came out there in the middle of that won't get fooled again portion of Lick It Up.
Right.
So he's like, what do you want me to play? Like, I can play anything. I just need a drummer.
But listen, I didn't remember he was coming out, and then I forgot to give him his due.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what the fuck?
Which reminds me of the infamous Doc quote, KISS is in a jam band.
Oh, dude, they did 2 jams that night. The Let Me Go Rock and Roll solo, and then the
maybe he's right because Bruce tried to come on stage, and they're like, "What the fuck?
This is why we didn't do this.
We're not a jam band." But you can have Bruce come on stage here and play a song midway. You couldn't have done that at the end of the road. He couldn't have come out like that, just like he did there.
Well, not only that, you couldn't have done that during a fucking Bruce song?
Well, there's no Bruce song. They only went up to 83.
Fair. You know what? Fair, that's another problem. Yeah, fair point. Good call. Yeah. Good call. Anyway, unbelievable.
After that, I met you guys back down for the Bruce Kulick concert.
Oof. Now, if you've ever seen Bruce Kulick, if you've ever been on a cruise, the excitement for everybody was pretty palpable because you know what you're going to get. Now, this time he had the great Brent Fitz on drums. Obviously, Todd on guitar, Bruce on guitar, and now you got the great Joe McGinnis now doing bass and vocal duty there. Now, Joe McGinnis was just doing quarantine, so McGinnis is doing the bass duties and the demon vocal duties this time. So, again, I'm going to run through the set list real quick here, Zeus, and then we'll talk about this show. So they open up with Creatures of the Night, All Night, Who Wants to Be Lonely, Unholy, Thrills in the Night, Domino, with Eric Singer on drums, Parasite, Sword and Stone, Larger Than Life, Tears Have Fallen, King of Hearts. Then they do a Revenge Jam medley. They do Car Jam, Paralyzed, Tough Love, and Spit. They do Forever. They do Crazy Nights into Turn on the Night. And then they wrap it up with God Gave Rock and Roll to You.
I mean, I can't remember a time that Bruce's band didn't steal the show.
Yeah.
They did it again. That was the best concert of all of them.
It's not even close. It was not even close. Every song they played, between the song selection, the band performance, the vocals from Joe, the vocals from Todd, Brent's drumming, Bruce's solo, it's not even. Now, as much as I loved the KISS show, this show was by far, this was it.
Yeah.
This was it.
And one of the things that stood out to me is Brent Fitz is a fucking heavy-hitting drummer.
An absolute beast, dude. Fucking beast.
Yeah, we saw some really great drummers.
Yeah.
Brent Fitz, Kent Sluker, as Eric Singer.
Yep.
I mean, those guys were just over, like, fucking just in a class of themselves. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. And Joe McGinnis doing the role of the demon. We're so used to seeing Zach Throne doing the bass and vocals. Joe was incredible, vocally and bass playing wise, and backing vocals. The show was just incredible. Look, we tried to ask and get an answer for this about why Bruce's band didn't close out the night, because after Bruce, Black and Blue closed out the night, which to me makes 0.0 sense that you would close out a KISS weekend with that. Maybe Bruce wanted it that way. I have no idea.
Maybe that's the prime time and people were leaving or
maybe
that night.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But the Bruce show was fucking flawless. Absolutely loved it.
Tons of fun.
Yep.
And then, you know, we hung out, did our thing, drank at the bar. Again, everyone left. I ended up hanging out there, I think, with, we haven't mentioned him yet, buddy. And it'd be a shame if we did this whole show without him. With Shout It Out Loudcast security, Joe Morris.
The great Joe Morris. Yeah, he's now the inaugural Shout It Out Loudcast security guy.
Joe's a big guy. He doesn't look like he can't fight.
No, Joe's fucking awesome.
And he did say that he wanted to knock somebody's stupid fucking hat off his head.
Oh, so
and he was asking us if we would dare him. We're like, dude, we're not going to dare you because we feel like you're going to fucking do it.
So after the Bruce show, we went back and held court again at the bar. And we took over a pretty big area. We had everybody there. All of our crew. We had, again, some Loudcasters. We had Glenn. We had Adam. And that was like our home base for the rest of the night. And it was the final night of the weekend. And it was, I mean, I don't know, just sitting back and seeing all that. We'll do like a final kind of recap thing. I don't want to get too emotional right now because there was a little bit of feels there going on as the weekend kind of wrapped up. But yeah.
So, everyone started going off. I was the last one there, and I was hanging out with Joe and a couple other guys, a manager from Took, and the guy that I was like, isn't that guy, to Izzy, I said, isn't that guy look like the drummer from LA Guns? What's his name? Steve Riley? He turns to you, was like, Steve Riley's dead. Like, whatever.
So then that guy introduced himself. He was in a band called the Paul Stanleys.
Yes.
And it was a KISS tribute band where everybody was Paul Stanley.
And I think it was his brother that was with him. I ended up hanging out with them for hours afterwards.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to go. There's no one else. Like, Joe, I'm leaving. It was just me, Joe, those two guys, and the Took guy.
Yep.
A bunch of Canadians there. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go upstairs. I go, not paying attention, hit the elevator.
Oh,
I
forgot about this.
I try to use my key to get in. It's not working. Like, fucking tried it 3, 4, 5 times. I'm about to bang on the door, like, Tom, can you let me in? And I see my phone text. Jeff had left early. And I say, hey, if you decide to come back, let me know. I'll be around. He texts me, like, hey, I came back down. Where are you? And I'm like, oh, I'll leave. As I'm walking by, I'm looking at and getting to the elevator. I'm like, oh, fuck, I got off on the 4th floor. That was the wrong fucking door. If I had banged on that, I'm surprised somebody come out and fucking punch me in the face.
Dude, if you banged on that door, that would have been the funniest fucking thing ever.
So I ended up going back down with Jeff, hung out with him, drank a couple more beers, and then decided to come up and call it a night. We got up in the next morning, quickly packed, grab all. Where's my KISS poster gonna go?
Oh my God!
We packed everything properly. Went downstairs, and one last thing too, Tom. I want to. As we were leaving, they're taking down like almost as though the hotel like management was like, "All right, get this KISS shit the fuck out of here."
Dude, I was
ripping shit down Monday morning.
Dude, Monday morning, I'm down in the lobby. I met Gary and Thonis. It was probably like 8 o'clock. I think he was still up in the room getting shit together.
I think Ace was there too, because he was saying,
I'm hearing shit in the background. What is that?
that's management ripping off wallpaper and shit.
It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. We're sitting in the front. They were dismantling the big giant KISS Kruise display thing. Like you said, they woke up Monday morning and they said, get this fucking KISS tard shit out of here. We have regular people checking in today.
Exactly. And people were taking stuff as though it was the scene in Coming to America.
Yeah. We'll get some personal hygiene.
Yo, check us out. People had like billboards, scraped up wallpaper.
The Virgin Hotel employees were getting like accosted by KISS tards. Don't rip that. You got to give me that Ace thing you just ripped off the wall.
You give me the scrapings of that poster on the fucking elevator. We saw our buddy Ryan Bars had a bunch of shit with him. We're like, what are you doing? And Ryan's the guy that has all those awesome guitar collections. It was great to see him and hang out. But even he jumped in on him. Like, what the fuck, guys?
Under his arm, he had like this big ball of like sticky shit. Like, what, dude, how are you going to unstick that and get it home?
That one fucking tard had fucking... like that huge like billboard with him. He had it on his arm. What are you gonna do with that?
The one that he had a QR code on it. What are you gonna put that in your living room? Like,
where are you gonna put that? What suitcase is that going in? Like, what the fuck, you people?
It actually was very hilarious because the Virgin Hotel employees just doing their job. They like dismantling things and getting and KISS people. Like, no, give me that.
And by that point, it's just me, Tom, Thonis, and Gary Cap.
Yep. Now, at this point, I started to really feel like shit. I had a hard time sleeping Sunday night. My throat was fucking raw. Monday was a fucking drag because if you've ever flown on an airplane, you understand what the air pressure does. And the last thing you want to do when you're on a fucking airplane is have a cold. I felt like my head was going to pop.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of the end. But thank God, I didn't get sick during the trip.
So we said our goodbyes. I told you guys the story of one of my clients, which I will save for a different episode because this episode will get to even longer if I start getting into the client story I was telling you guys before we left. We get on the plane. We're crouched in like sardines.
Yep.
Tom's fucking allergies are acting up. Squished in. I dropped my glasses halfway through the flight. I couldn't find them at all. But we land. I think Tom's gonna have a heart attack with the way the fucking pilot was landing the plane.
Dude, now I'm like, is this guy fucking off-roading right now? I'm like, dude, just land the fucking plane. You don't need to do stunts.
Yeah, it was a little shaky coming down.
Holy crap.
And my seat to the left of me, because Tom is always kind enough to give me the window. There was no window.
I've never seen that before in my entire life. It's like we had like the Temu Delta fucking...
Yeah, there was no window, so we had no idea when the plane was going to hit the ground.
No, we had to wait for the fucking thing to almost crash and realize we fucking landed.
So we got out, and we've had this previous experience from the last time we came back from Vegas, where it was late at night and we waited like fucking an hour before our luggage came out. Our luggage was there in the
It was
carousel
waiting.
as
The
we
luggage
got.
was there before us.
I've never had that happen.
Never.
I can't remember. Maybe as
Never.
a kid, but
Nope.
grabbed our luggages. Me and Tom said our goodbye. Tom took the shuttle. I ended up with an Uber. That's fucking sucked. To get an Uber from the airport is beyond painful.
Yep.
Made it home 8:30 our time. 8:30 our time. Left at 9:00 LA. So 12 hours to get back on a 5-hour flight.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough. And I felt like such shit. I got home, had something to eat, and literally went right to bed. And thankfully, as we're recording, I'm rounding the corner, hopefully, a little bit here.
And then 15 different text groups happened.
Oh.
I lost my fucking mind. I'm like, just use this one fucking text group.
Yep.
But I'm leaving it to you to go first, Tom. Overall thoughts on this trip?
Okay. So this one was different because it's a cruise, quote unquote, but it's not. And some of our friends have never been on cruises with us, you know, like Gary and Brad. We've been to Creaturesfest before and stuff. So I really like this. Okay. We're getting older. I don't have the fucking endurance that I once had. So a 5-day KISS cruise is long. This was nice. It was 3 days. Everything was jam packed, very little dead time, very little downtime. But the thing that stood out to me, and we talked about this before, is each night, you know, especially that last night, at the end of every night when we kind of, you know, set up shop at the bar and had our spot there, it's just an amazing thing. And I want to be careful here that I don't sound, you know, obnoxious or pretentious or break my arm patting myself on the back. But like, this show has created this environment of friends from literally all over the world. Like literally all over the world, not just all over the country. All right. And these are people that are not just KISS acquaintances or KISS. Like these are legitimate friends that we enjoy spending our time with, having meals with, hanging out with, having drinks, shooting the shit, going to lunch, going to like spending time with. And to think that all came from our show is just something that it's probably my greatest reward that we've done for this show. And I think this weekend really kind of encapsulated that, and why the memories of it are it was everything that I hoped it would be. I know that we were joking about what we were worried it would be, and it wasn't, because this wasn't about Shout It Out Loudcast. We didn't have to announce things. We didn't have to post things. We had friends that we knew we could count on and rely on to enjoy ourselves and hang out. And we wouldn't have to be on, and we didn't have to say certain things or be certain places because of anything involving the band. It was just us having fun with our friends that are legitimate friends. They don't owe us anything. We don't owe them anything. It's not a transactional relationship that we have with these people. These are people that we love and that they love us. And I just think it was a absolutely fucking awesome weekend. I don't know what's next for the future of KISS, but if for some reason or another this was the final thing that we had together, I'm happy.
Okay. So I will say this. I had a blast. All the bullshit travel stuff that you go through, to me, it's worth it. That's why I always try to convince you to do certain things, because those are priceless. You said it very well. Our core group, us, Faunus, Tracy, Tally, Gary, Brad, and Jeff, like it was like a family. Like we went on a family vacation. We all hung out together.
Yeah, exactly.
All this stuff. It wasn't, and don't get me wrong. Like, let's say we didn't have them. It would have been great to see Adam. It'd be great to see Frank. It'd
Of
be
course.
great to see Nick. Hey, how's it going? Hey, take a photo.
Glenn, all these guys, great guys.
All these guys, right? And I mean, you can kind of almost throw Jepson in with us as well, but like, and Izzy too. Those are one-offs. Hey man, I listen to your show. Great. I love that stuff. Okay, great. Oh, and then there's Dan Hool. Don't call me the mutant.
Oh boy, this was a good one.
Funny thing with him. So we name him Dan. Don't call me Mutant Hool, because these mutants, these sophomores that lived across from us when we were freshmen in O'Hara Hall, Pitt South, they were nicknamed the Mutants. And one of them was Dan Hool.
His name was Dan Hool. Yeah.
He
just looked like a mutant.
Most unattractive human beings you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
God bless him.
Yeah.
But he looked like the creature that came out of Arnold's stomach in Total
Recall. Yeah, he didn't look like he looked like there may have been he looked like he may have been a couple chromosomes short of like a full-blown human.
Yeah, he looked troublesome.
He looked like there might have been some kind of a chemical spill.
Yeah, or some fetal alcohol poisoning or something. I don't know.
Toxic Avenger.
If he ever hears this, oh my God.
Actually, Toxic Avenger, that's another guy we went to Stonehill with.
Fucking Matt Hurley called the Toxic Avenger. Must have been, dude, why are you calling me that?
What a brutal fucking nickname. And then we said that to it. Well, not we. Matt said that to his face.
He was just like, ooh, the Toxic Avenger?
Anyways.
All right. So getting back to this, we're sitting at the bar. Forget what show it was.
Yep.
And some lady walks up and goes, hey.
By herself. Very nice and quiet.
Yeah. Hey, I have a bone to pick with you or something like that.
And I'm looking at Zeus. I'm like, I don't know this.
Why do you call my husband? I'm like, oh my God, we call her husband a kiss tart or something.
Right.
This lady's going to confront us. She goes, why do you call my husband a mutant?
The two of us just burst out. We're like, you're Dan's wife. And then all of a sudden, Dan comes from around the corner. It was fucking perfect.
Great people. We took some photos with them. Add him to the list of Loudcasters.
So nice.
And honestly, if we forgot somebody, we apologize.
So, yeah, we ran into so many great people. So,
by the way, this is an ad lib. Part 5, I think, that we've ad-libbed into this episode because we keep forgetting shit.
Poor Zeus with the editing. He's like, you got a few minutes. I forgot about this. You got a few minutes. I forgot about this. You got a few.
This is Friday at 1:40, and I got to get this episode up by midnight. Anyway, back to the story. But having the core, it makes these experiences priceless to me. Priceless. I can't tell you, like, listening to Gary go off about his HVAC problems in his room and him fucking losing his mind because of the fucking AC in his room. That's to me priceless. Or fucking Tally getting hit on every fucking 2 seconds in front of us and us fucking laughing our asses off. Tracy is a sweetheart, fucking doll.
A doll.
Love her. She came there just to hang out with us. Just to do that. Thanos comes all the way from fucking Australia. And he's the most ridiculously positive fucking music fan you'll ever meet. Come on, mate. That's great music. And I purposely, Thanos, it's kind of you haven't picked up on it. It's kind of like I'm teasing you. And I'm like, you like that band? That band fucking sucks. Just to tease him. You'd be like, come on, man. That sounds great. What was he trying to tell you about? Some fucking band that he was like on and on and on again about it the last night.
Icon.
Like playing music. I'm like, get that shit out of here. Just to piss him off.
But that's why the group of us are so great together, because we balance each other. If everybody was as miserable as me and you, the weekend, but we have everybody that's got all different kinds of humor.
Brad is more observant and picking up on shit than probably us. And he fucking has the most hilarious observation.
Oh, he's like a stealth bomber.
Oh, he's a stealth Tom Zeus.
Yeah.
Very fucking cutting, shivving shit.
Yep.
And then you got Jeff, who, I mean, the problem with Jeff is everybody likes him. So he attracts people that are like, oh, fucking Jeff, this bozo's coming over now. Everybody loves him. He is so much fun. Late night, and me and him love to do who's Timu fucking road dog Jesse James, like picking out who looks like who and just shitting on things. Fucking riot. I mean, I can't go on about that core. And then you got people like Izzy. super sweet, fucking hilarious.
Awesome.
The outfit he wore to pick us up that one time.
Oh my God.
What the fuck are you doing? Sweetheart.
He's awesome.
So awesome.
Yeah,
And
we
then-
have to give a huge shout out to Izzy too for picking us up and dropping us off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't miss him at any event. He
No.
sticks out like a sore thumb. You can't miss him.
Love him.
And then you got Jepsen humping fucking people left and right. Restraining orders are probably put on him. Fucking leaving his scent all over everybody's legs. Fucking guy, God bless him. And buddy, number 75, out to you. You rock. And I mean, thank you for sharing that moment. You know what I'm talking about, brother.
Yep.
But he is a fucking riot. Although he gossips worse than a fucking teenage schoolgirl in
love
middle
it.
school.
I love it.
He loves to gossip.
Yep.
These guys were our core. We didn't have to circulate anything. We just fucking sat there and had fun. And, you know, I'm sure other people that used to hang out and do this stuff probably saw that and missed it.
I'm sure they did.
Right? Well,
sure they did.
Sorry, but you know, you can't match this fucking crew that we got. You
Nope.
can't. We didn't have to promote. We didn't have to do shit. We weren't there. We didn't go live. Oh, let me tape this whole concert for fucking 2 hours. Maybe I'll get more friends. Like, who
Yeah.
gives a fuck, dude?
We weren't
You're there to
tweeting
have
constantly.
fun.
We weren't posting
No,
constantly.
we didn't post a million photos up of
No.
me eating a fucking omelet. Like, we'll get to the pictures, we'll do photo drops, but it wasn't urgent. It wasn't about us. We weren't there to just promote the shit. When we see Jericho, we're talking to him because he's a friend.
Yep.
When we hang out with Eddie talking about watching Quarantine, it's because he's a friend.
Yep.
At this point now, it's great. And we're not in the industry, and we don't need to be.
Yeah, we don't need to be entrusted by the band to do anything. because what that means is you're entrusted to carry the water for the band. And that's great. That's great. We're entrusted by you, our listeners, our fans, our patrons, and our friends. And that means the world to us, which is why this weekend was fucking amazing.
And that's why we're the number one. You people out there give us that love. That's why we have the numbers. And when this episode drops, if you'd like, I'm happy to show everyone's rankings and see where we are.
That's
I'm
right.
happy to compare it. And that it doesn't matter what you do while you're over there or who's fucking blowing each other from that show to that show, that show. Our listeners take care of us. And
That's
why
right.
they make us number one. And all those that we met, new people, old people, friendly people, family people, we love you. We had a blast.
Thank
And
you. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Such a great time.
Yep. Perfectly stated.
On that, we have this. Hey, what is this? 20 fucking questions?
Of course, we have a question of the week, and this is going to continue from some of our Patreon mailbag because a couple people submitted a couple multi-tiered questions. So this is from our buddy Kyle Schneider, which is kind of relevant in a way to what we've been talking about with the Vegas show. So he says, when the original band was together in the 70s and they were quote unquote equal partners at the time, how much input do you think each member had with the set list? Was it still the Paul show back then?
To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Sean Delaney.
Yeah, I was actually going to say something similar.
Like maybe between them to say, hey, I think you guys should do that. I think it was really a group effort.
Yeah, I think it was
I don't-
probably Bill O'Coin, Sean Delaney. I think they're probably like,
Yeah.
the crowd will get into this one. The crowd will get into that one. This, you could do your dance during Deuce for this thing. You could, I don't think the band, I don't think picking songs happened until probably later.
I don't
in
think there's any, like, first of all, none of Peter's songs, like Getaway and Strange Ways, they weren't singles. So what's he going to argue about?
Right.
It's really the singles and what they played live.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they just stuck with that. And I bet you Sean had a lot of input on that. So
Yeah.
that's my answer.
Yep. No, I was going to say the same thing. I think that's good. Put some kind of combination between Sean Delaney and probably Bill O'Coin or whatever to give the fans what they thought they wanted. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. Great question, Kyle. Thank you always for your questions and your support, my friend.
Tom, where can people find us?
Always go to our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com. That's you can find everything about our show, all the podcasts, the Dorm Damage, Album Review Cruise, Zeppelin Chronicles, everything. All of our social media links are there, all of our rankings, everything. Very interactive website. And of course, a link right on the landing page to buy our #1 Amazon best-selling book, Raise Your Glasses. Links also to our amazing new merch page put out by Printify. You can click on that. Holidays are coming up. You need to put a friggin' Shout It Out Loudcast ornament on your Christmas tree, or you don't care enough about us or Christmas if you don't. So you got to get one of those. And of course, our email address is shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. And we are a proud member of the Pantheon podcast network of shows.
DM us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, motherfucker, and Blue Sky. Check out our Spotify playlist, where Tom creates a list if we do an episode ranking songs or doing drafts or something like that. And you find that by looking at our profile, not our podcast page. And make sure you go to our YouTube channel.
YouTube.
And give us a 5-star child review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Facebook, and on Amazon for our awesome book, Raise Your Glasses. Got a lot of that shit signed over the weekend myself.
Yes.
It'll make a great holiday gift for the Kiss Tard that you love. So raise your glasses and give a 5-star review on Amazon for that.
Yep.
And in addition, I always like to repeat the website, shoutitoutloudcast.com, shoutitoutloudcast.com. Get your merch, sign up for Patreon, look at our album reviews, look at our rankings, so much shit there. And look at our friends of the show and subscribe to their podcast or find out what their new project is all about. So, Tom, we always end on famous last words. Do you have any?
Of course. Like a neon light, the shadows flash across my empty room. We could leave tonight and save ourselves from a bad scene. Bang, bang.
Ooh, because everybody else is here. Yes, everybody else is here. Everybody else is here watching us.
Yes.
Loudcasters, Kiss Army, Patreon family, the core, and Tom, thank you.
Guys, you're the best. Thank you so much for everything. Loudcasters, Patreon, our Vegas family group, everybody, just an amazing, incredible weekend. Definitely some great memories here. So I want to thank everybody for that, especially my friend and partner and co-host, Zeus. Thank you.
Well, can't wait to do it on the KISS Cruise next time, Tom. Anyway, peace out, Girl Scout. Hit the music. What I'd like now is for all you fat, out of shape, worldwide kiss tards to keep the noise down while I show your ladies what a real sexy man looks like.
Listen, all you people out there sitting on rented furniture, settle down.
Cut the music. Anybody seen Richie? Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?